It looks lovely covered up in snow right now.
Yeah,
The nice
right?
project, right?
Yeah, and still a little bit of snow coming down over the next few hours, but it sounds like we're going to be in for some chilly morning commutes, Greg.
Yeah, we kind of lost track. Sometimes we forget about the cold temperatures in between, and that's really what we're going to see for Thursday. And then we got more snow going on. But wind chill wise, we're going to clear out a little bit. Temperatures will lower. We'll have a little bit of a stiff northwest wind or north wind out there, 10 to 15. So these wind chills in the morning could get as low as 25 below in some areas. And it's not going to improve too much. Even by 1 to 2 p.m., we're still sub-zero. And by the time you get home, even in the evening time, we're still a little bit in the zero range too, sub-zero also. So about 20 to 25 in the morning, then probably 10 to 15 by noon, and even in the afternoon we'll still be there. So it's definitely going to be cold out there with that north wind. It will decrease towards the later half of the day, but the good news is we do have sunshine for some parts for tomorrow. Temperatures are not going to budge too much with fresh snow on the ground too. Single digits up to the north to maybe 11 or 12. We should be near 30 for a lot of areas this time of year as our average temperature begins to kind of come up here very slowly, but this is about 10 to 15 degrees below average. Now we do have that vent coming for Friday. Cloud cover will increase probably tomorrow night. Well, temperatures will actually rise towards Friday morning and the winds will pick up. So what we know about this next one, it's definitely going to be dry and breezy. The winds are going to be a bit of a more of a factor with this one. Snowy noon and about 10 p.m. I think that looks widespread snow for most of the area. It's a wetter snow. That means it's not going to be that fluffy snow that we had with this event. Temperatures are going to be more in the mid-20s, and that means with the wind, a better chance for some blowing and drifting, even though it will be a little bit more on the heavier side. What we still don't know is there will be a band that will exist after through Friday night once this widespread area kind of condenses a little. We don't know where that will end up be, how long the snow lingers on Saturday, and when the heaviest snow. I do think we'll see more of an opportunity to see some moderate or heavy snowfall with this event that we haven't seen with the last two events. If you kind of time it out, we're seeing no activity really until just afternoon when this really widespread area develops ahead of this system coming through. And this is where I think a lot of the impacts, or at least the heaviest potential for snow, could be during this time. As we get past about 10 p.m., we're going to see kind of a band set up that's going to be fairly narrow, and where this ends up kind of will determine where the heavier amounts of snow will be. It'll persist and kind of narrow through Saturday morning, but some areas along or north of this may not actually see snow going on for at least the second half of Friday night. Going into Saturday, then, it kind of thins out as a system passes right to our south. A little bit of question of how far north this next system will get. We'll keep an eye on that. But I think most of the snowfall on Saturday, if we do continue to see some, will be light, at least in the afternoon. Still see some accumulation, but I think the bulk of it will happen probably Friday night. That could change. But for amounts, we'll narrow this down a little bit, but there's going to be an area somewhere stretching from eastern Wisconsin, a little area stretching back that could be 6 to 8 or even more. And this kind of goes through all the way through Saturday afternoon. We'll refine this. It does drop off further north, but I think there's a better opportunity to see higher amounts with this event, given we're going to have that band set up some point. So definitely travel could be impacted with this. As I mentioned, temperatures going into Friday will actually rise from midnight to actually above zero by the time you get up, and then overall temperatures Friday will be mid-20s, so it will be a wetter snow. But then look at what happens Sunday into Monday. Clearing skies temporarily, a fresh snowpack. We'll see temperatures at least 10 to 15 around La Crosse, 20 to 25 potentially around Eau Claire, and it could be even colder in some areas. And then next week, the snow is not going to go anywhere because it's going to be cold during the day and sub-zero at night too.
Yeah,
so
that cold's going to keep that snow on the ground.
Yeah, we might hit freezing by the following weekend. We'll see if that happens.
Wow.
But
all right. Bundle up, everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be a cold stretch and definitely a lot of snow on the ground.
All right. Thanks very much, Greg.